And we're back once again, only on It Is After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel. Joining me here now, this young lady here, well, you know her from Naughty America, from Bang Bros, Brad's all over the place here. She's been taking a bit of, let's say, a step back to build her own brand. We're going to be talking about that a whole lot more, including everything in between. I give you one of the new, hottest curvy MILF / Asian sensations. I give you Miss Kitten Latenight. So, Kitten, let's start off here with.
I love it.
We haven't seen you on like Brad's Naughty America. What's been going on? Have you been working on your brain? Are you taking vacation? Have you turned, Republican on us? Like, what the hell is going on here?
No. Actually, my family found out what I was doing on the side, so they were really concerned. But I did take a little bit of a break. They're understanding with it now, as long as I keep it kind of sheltered from my daughter. But yeah, I mean, I took a little bit of a break. I had my grandmother that had passed, and my fans were really supportive about that. But now I'm still doing it. I'm still doing my OnlyFans primarily.
So let's start off with who broke the story? Like, who told the family? Was it like, did they find out by accident? Was it an ex? Was it somebody going, oh yeah, by the way, we saw your daughter on the sports? Like, what? Oh,
yeah.
Never mind.
People love to send my family like videos of me, So I think like I grew up from a really strict conservative Christian family, and I was really active in my church. So, I mean, I get that it's controversial, but I've always just been 100% me, and I still believe you can be any religion and still be open sexually. That's just my stance on it.
Now, I'm guessing the first question he asked was, are you on drugs? You can tell us here, are you on drugs? How'd you get into this here? I mean, how tough is that? Explain to them, like, yes, I'm doing this here. It's my business. It's like, oh, great. Yes, I really want to talk about my family, about sex. Oh, this is just peachy.
You know what? I've always been like this. It's like I've been this sweet Christian girl like my whole life, but I've always been really open about talking about sex. And a lot of people don't have a safe place to talk about it, and can be completely honest with their partner about what they're really into and what they want. And I feel like it was the perfect place for me to go in and kind of change that. That's my goal in this industry anyway.
Was it easier taking a break considering what was going on around you? I mean, you have COVID, you had restrictions. Now there's always, testing. Now you got to take another test. I mean, was it easier to take a step back because you're going, okay, well, the industry is sort of a stop go pattern. It's not like I'm losing a lot of money because COVID is still playing havoc on everything.
Yeah, I mean, COVID is what kind of pushed me out of my corporate job. And I was in insurance for like 10 years almost. And since then, I was able to kind of be more free, and I was doing a management company, which was handling a lot of adult industry stuff. And that's kind of when I started learning the back end a little bit more and thought, oh my gosh, I could totally do this. It's not as scary as it might seem. Not that I should promote it necessarily to everybody, but it is way better than I could have ever imagined. Safer than Tinder for sure. If you ever wanted to hook up with somebody, everybody's tested. It's very clean. I think that's what surprised me the most.
Does it help though that, as you said, you came from the professional ranks, you had a full corporate job, so it helps that you can look at that, whether it's a director, whether it's a studio exec, casting director, or your own agent, go, yeah, this deal sucks, I'm not taking it. Yeah, this I'm not agreeing to this here. I mean, for somebody who has power, because you don't need this industry, how much does it help for you that you can go, yeah, I'm not taking the deal because the deal stinks, rather than an 18, 19-year-old who's like, I really need the money and I don't want to piss these people off. And
yeah, it's been a blessing to not need it. And I think that probably is what put me in a better position to accept jobs that I really just feel safe with. But if anybody's interested in getting into the industry, I know a lot of good people in the industry that can really help promote you and feel safe there. That was always my background. It was like talking to the girls, making sure everybody felt really good. It was way more professional than I could have ever imagined. It sounds really nasty and really crazy, but it's really a lot of fun. It never felt like a day of work. So coming from a corporate job, that was a blessing. And also getting to be creative. I mean, and that nobody's judging you. Like any of your fantasies were always encouraged, not shamed, you know?
So let's start off here with when you speak of these, creativity and all that. How do you come up with the stuff? I mean, how much time do you put onto just one OnlyFans clip or one many bits? Because everybody thinks, geez, yo, I have a camera, I have a hot girl or a hot guy, let's just do it. It's like, no. This takes time. As most of my content creator guests have said, yeah, this is not like one of those, point shoot takes 30 minutes. You're all set. Like, how much time do you
No.
spend on just one clip from start to finish?
I mean, several hours. If we're doing like a professional shoot, it would take all day, honestly. When we do our OnlyFans stuff, like if it's outside of a big major company sponsoring it, if we're just doing like our own OnlyFans stuff, it might take a full day, 8 hours. And we would try to do as much content in that day as we can, just so we can have several things to send out that week. So most of my time is actually spent for other girls' shoots, and I help with hair and makeup. And that's always been my background in styling. I love writing the context too, like sexy situations. I think I kind of have like a guy's mind in the industry. I've always been told that, like, I kind of think like a dude. And I don't know if that's because I'm a lesbian, but I've always really felt a little perverted, but not in a, I don't know, I think more of approachable way, so to speak, where it's not so shamed. But it can run like, it could be 12-hour days.
So how tough is it finding people to shoot with who understand like this is a business? This isn't, you and
Mhm.
somebody just hooking up and having a freaky little good time. It's like, no. We're doing a full 12 hours shoot here. You gotta bring your
Yeah.
makeup, I'll help you out. We gotta do scenes here. I mean, how tough is it finding people just for OnlyFans? For your OnlyFans page, you get like this is
Yeah.
business. This isn't playtime. This is business.
It's harder to find people that aren't in the industry. Like every time we get a request for like a meet a fan or fuck a fan, we get a lot of those requests. And it's very difficult to find people that are willing to get tested, because a lot of these girls and these guys, like, we have to keep each other very clean. We don't know what anybody is doing on the side and who they're hooking up with. So it's very important to keep this clean so everybody can continue to fuck each other, basically.
So who do you like working with the best? Like, give me some people, as many people you can think of off the top of your head, but you enjoy shooting with just because they get it. They understand. Okay, this is a business. I'm here to work, and you don't have to, remind them. Hey, show up with your makeup. Hey, show up with your outfits. Hey, can you be on time and not like porn, on time,
Oh
which
my
is two
gosh, yeah.
hours late, and you're like, oh yeah, we're here.
Unfortunately, a lot of the younger generation, like anybody in their 20s and younger, typically is not as responsible when it comes to that. So they will show up hours later. But I have to say, working with Kimmy Kim, she is a beautiful, sweet Asian girl. She has been so responsible. She was like the type that would show up early, have all her stuff. She'd be on it, and such a pleasure to work with. Sometimes people like that, just being a pleasure to work with and easygoing, is all you really need, because then you can get rehired that way. There's a lot of girls that look stunning but are miserable to work with, and they don't end up getting rehired.
Now, has it happened where you've hired somebody, you're working with somebody, and you realize, oh crap, they're gay for pay, or yeah, they don't know what they've gotten into, and you're just like, oh crap, I gotta pull it's like pulling alligator teeth. You're going, let's have a great scene, and halfway you're like, okay, let's just have it tolerable so I can get out of here and I don't kill you.
Yeah, some can just be like zero personality, which is really hard to act like you're enjoying the scene with somebody who's just not, able to get into it as much. So those are really hard to do. You come across that sometimes, but I have been blessed to not really have that as much. Gay for pay is so funny. That's something that we do use in the industry, and I think that could be where I would be sometimes. I know Johnny the Kid is wonderful to work with as well. He's been amazing. Who else? There's another gentleman, I'm trying to remember his porn name, because we call each other by our real names in real life. So that's another funny thing. It's like, what's your porn name again? And mine just came very random. Like, I was known for being, like, people call me Kat in real life. My name's Kathleen. Not a lot of people know that. And they would call me like a little sex kitten. So that's where the kitten part came up. And then I'd be up all night. So it's funny how people get their little porn names. But Johnny the Kid and Kimmy Kim have been the best to work with, I think.
How tough is it right now with, especially with OnlyFans? Because it seems like they're transitioning to, they want more mainstream, less nudity. You're still trying to sell your clips here. You're trying to sell your business. So how tough is that?
Right.
Knowing that it's like, okay, I gotta be prepared for if OnlyFans shuts me down. I have another store. I have this. I have that. Like, how tough is it? Having to be one or two steps ahead of a competition because that in porn, certain groups will shut you down just because they don't want to be associated with it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And OnlyFans keeps changing their rules, and it's very hard to keep up with. But we're very diligent about just keeping our content, and then we might move it to a different platform. So we all stay really, we communicate a lot about what platforms we're going to go next and who's offering what. And it seems like the more people flock to one platform, then those big brother rules kind of come to play. But as an actress in the industry, we're all seeking a place to really feel free, not to have so many rules and people judge you, about what kind of content you're making. I mean, this is America, like, let's be free. It's simple.
If you're just tuning in, once again, we got Kitten Latenight here on the show. We're talking all things, of course, her brand. We're talking shooting with talent. We're talking about a bit of a break here. What's it like shooting for some of these companies where, especially when you first started, because as you said, you didn't know what you're getting into, but and all of a sudden you go there and it's like it's a full movie show, like Brazzers, Naughty America. It's catering. They got makeup artists. There's script. You're learning this stuff here. I mean, how much of this was a culture shock from what you thought it was going to be to, oh wow, this is actually a professional studio here.
Yeah, I was blown away at how professional everyone was. Truly. And a lot of times they have the same film crew, film for each company. So you end up feeling very comfortable around your photographers and people helping with the lighting and the sound. It becomes almost like a family, like in not an inappropriate way, but you feel like they see this stuff all the time. So you end up feeling very comfortable to be that vulnerable. And that's helped me a lot in the industry, and a lot of the other girls, just having the same people as the crew, you build a special trust with, really. I think Penthouse was the best company I've ever shot for, as far as like how they treat the models, and Brazzers was amazing though. I think my favorite shoot ever was, which one? Naughty America, or there was one we did, the bus, the driving around, like you're really on that bus and in public. And I love anything in public. So that was a lot of fun. And another one was in a grocery store where we shut the grocery store down for the night. And we had the whole store to ourselves and was like running through the aisles naked. And like everyone's so much fun. It really was, it's the best part of my life. When I think about it, like other than my daughter and stuff like that, it's like, how can you not love life doing this every day?
Now I gotta ask, when you're on set, how often do you actually get sore though? Because they'll put you in positions. Oh yeah, you're gonna be on your knees on the bang browser. Oh yes, we're gonna be shooting
Yeah.
in a kitchen. You're gonna be on the table. It's like, I just want to be in bed. No, we gotta do this. And next thing you know, it's like, oh crap, I'm slipping. Oh Jesus! Next thing you know, you're landing on your head, on your elbow. The back is screwed up, and you're like, oh, give me a shot of whiskey, a couple of Vicodin and hot
Oh,
massage.
that's
Let's give
so
you that.
funny. I
How
wish
tough
we
is
could
it,
do
doing all
that.
these positions and they stick you there for like 20 minutes at a time because they need to
Oh,
get
yeah.
skills and all that. And you're like, this just hurts. It hurts.
I know. Thank God I'm really flexible, but there's a lot of a lot of times where you have to really just be careful that whatever position you're in, you're not making a mark on your body or you're not leaving a bruise for the next day. Like you might have another shoot in a day or two and you can't have anything bruised up. So that's kind of hard. It's like fucking with the sense of it's got to look powerful, but it can't be too powerful because like, you know, you got to keep that body like really pure looking. So, I mean, you wake up really sore the next day. I have to say that. That's true.
What do you want to do now going forward? Because everything is getting back to normal, knock
Mhm.
on wood here. So I'm guessing you're going back to shooting. You're going to be going back here. Like, what are some of the things on the bucket list where you're looking at going, I want to get this done before 2022, ends or before 2023 ends? So give me some of the short-term and long-term goals for yourself.
See, my long-term goal was always Playboy. That was a company that I looked up to since I was a little girl, and Penthouse was too. So that was a bucket list thing. Playboy is a long-term goal. Short-term goals is really directing. I would love to do more of that, the creating and directing. And as far as modeling, Playboy is definitely on my list.
So for the directing, how do you go about doing that? Like, because you've shot for several companies, some guests you've known some directors, gotten friendly with them. How do
Mhm.
you go about like name dropping it or even contacting people going, hey, I'd like to start learning, like tagging along or learning how to direct? Like, how do you go about getting your foot in that door?
I think just building relationships. Every time you're on a set, I would just encourage anybody to just be completely themselves. Don't try to be anybody else because that really is what sets you apart. And then being a pleasure to work with is huge. So just having those, you end up building relationships and connections, and you're able to, people trust you and feel like they can work with you again in private. So, for instance, like a couple of the girls that I've already worked with and guys, they've all reached out and want to shoot stuff privately for our OnlyFans. So it ends up working out just with OnlyFans. We always need new content. So I'd love to, like, sometimes we'll ask our fans, what do you want to see more of? And that's kind of how we get an idea of what to write and what to then produce.
How tough is it to explain to the family the busyness of what you do? Because you've now gotten into it now where you explain everything that's been porn. Now it's done. Now they go, honey, can you put your phone down? We're having dinner. Or, hey, can we take a weekend off? It's like, no. I need to put this shoot
Yeah.
together. I need to text these people. The camera person. God damn, there's a squiggly line in the video I can't get rid of.
I know it's nuts, but honestly, I'm very OCD and a little very organized. So family time is important to me, especially Sundays. So doing this was definitely a special thing to do with you, Chris. But after this, my daughter is here, and we do a lot of like Sunday family fun days and a lot of cooking at home. So dinner time is the one time that I do disconnect. But you make time for what's important to you, and they understand when I'm working. We all have jobs, and I actually just opened up another business, and that's kind of my day-to-day like 9 to 5 job has been doing tattoos. So like permanent makeup tattoos. So that's been a lot of fun too. I just opened last week.
So how tough has it been having friends, having relationships with all that? Because as you said, you have your porn career, you have your tattoo
Mm.
career, you also have a makeup career on the side. You are a mother, so it's not like you can dash off for you know a weekend here, a week there. It's like okay, maybe hey, me, let's schedule something 2 weeks in advance or a month in advance, and it's like okay, I might have to cancel it. Like how tough is it finding people who can go, all right, look, we understand your schedule, we understand this is your life, and we might be like third or fourth sometimes on depth chart.
Well, never third or fourth. I think family's always first, and then career is definitely second. So it's scheduling like content days where you would film a lot in one day, and it might just be on a Saturday, and then you have content for the rest of the week. That's kind of how we've been able to organize it. That's the best way that I found to make it work for a lot of the girls, because we would manage a lot of OnlyFans, a lot of girls OnlyFans.
Last question, we'll let you go. So, give me some people that you haven't worked with that you want to work with, because as we said, everything's opening up, so you guess you have more time to travel, more time to shoot. Give me some people just off the top of your head. You're going, you know what? I haven't shot with this person. I want to work with him. Or hey, this person really, is very creative, and they seem to have their crap together. I want to work with them. Like, give me some people that are on your wish list.
There was a girl's house that we shot the penthouse scene in, and she was somebody that she just stood out immediately. She was so responsible, and she had done a lot in her career, and I really looked up to. Her name is Evelyn, and let me find her last name, because she is definitely a person that I would look forward to working with. Let me see. Yeah, Evelyn Stone. Have you heard of her?
I've heard of Evelyn Stone, yes.
Yeah, she's amazing. So her and who's another one? Oh, Thomas, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Skolodick.
We'll say Tommy S. So Tommy S is another guy that you want to work with.
Yeah, he has a girlfriend named Katie, and the two of them, I think, are located in California. So I haven't flown over there yet, but I have a bunch of people in California that I'm trying to shoot with next. And him and his girlfriend are definitely one. We talk a lot, and I love what they shoot together. They're a beautiful couple. I love finding genuine couples that are really in love and love what they do and can share that with other people like me.
Very happy, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are proud to have on the show. I give you Kitten Latenight. Kitten, before I let you go, so where can fans check you out at? Where is the OnlyFans, the Instagram, the website? Like, where can fans hit you up at?
Definitely find me on Instagram. My Twitter's been deleted several times, but my Instagram is Kitten Latenight, and my OnlyFans is at Kitten Latenight. So please follow me. If you mention this show, I do have a special gift, and I will send you a free little something.
Kitten Latenight, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, always our pleasure having her on the show. We come back, got a lot more going on here, only on its After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel.
Thank you, Chris.